Welcome back here at halftime of the boys game. Glidden Ralston leading Iowa Christian Academy right now 29-26, but we're going to talk with girls head basketball coach Bruce Detterman. And Bruce, guys came out tonight, took on Iowa Christian Academy, got that 3-2 lead off the three from Morgan Brosh early, and it seemed like for a while girls kind of got a little bit shy on taking shots. Is that something that you've seen from this club a little bit this year?
Yeah, well, we haven't had a lot of girls who really want to step up and shoot a lot this year. When they do, we haven't shot very well either. We came out, started the game tonight doing things that we haven't necessarily even practiced. We came out in the full court man-to-man, which is something we haven't done at all this year. And then we pressed later on in the game, so they were a little out of their comfort zone even going into the game.
How did you feel like they did those things? You were talking to me about that before the ball game tonight. How did you feel like you executed those things?
I felt for not actually having had a practice since last Wednesday and not actually having practiced it and only talking about it in the locker room before the game. I thought they executed it fairly well.
Did you feel like the girls felt comfortable with it? Is something we'll see more of this season?
Well, I think we could see more of it, yeah. We're going to get some practice now. We're going to get 2 days of practice in, but the road doesn't get any easier after this as we go to Adair Friday night.
Coach, talk about the effort, though, in the second half. I thought your girls came out in the third quarter. One of the things that I noticed in that first quarter was not being real aggressive, taking the ball to the hoop, and getting in there and fighting for rebounds. Looked like in that third quarter it was kind of a renewed spirit by the girls tonight.
Well, that's part of what we talked about in the locker room. They ran a 1-3-1 on us all night long, and what I wanted to do was get the ball to the corners and attack out of the corners, attack from some of the wings, because they were doubling our post up high. Anna Fleece is being doubled for the whole first quarter, and we weren't attacking the mismatches the way we should have been. And we were sitting out, settling for long shots instead of getting in and getting a decent shot out of it. But yeah, that was something we talked about in the locker room, and they came out and did do some of that in the second half.
Coach, I thought some of the players who came in tonight and played well for you. Sarah Sparks did some nice things, came in and worked hard, and even Ashley Wiederin late in the game. I had her for 3 steals over about the last minute and a half, 2 minutes of the basketball game.
Well, I tell you what, Sarah Sparks comes in and she gives you 130% effort every minute of the game when she's in. She ends up on the floor a lot, she ends up coming out of the game a lot the way she did tonight. And Ashley Wiederin does a good job out there. She hustles all the time, and she is not afraid to shoot. Now, those girls came in off the bench and executed the 1-2-2 press pretty well for not having ever done it and only getting to watch the other girls do it for the third quarter.
Did you feel like they kind of learned it pretty well?
They kind of learned it from watching it. Now, we're going to work more on it. We're going to work a little more on man-to-man principles all week.
Go ahead.
Just to kind of get more of the man-to-man principles down and try to put some pressure on teams. You know, we're still winless on the season, so we've got to start trying to force something, try to string something else.
How is this team confidence-wise right now?
We're shaky right now. We're on what, a 15-16 game skid. That's hard to stay confident through.
Bruce, how have you seen this team grow, though? This is a team that's got a lot of young players, a lot of freshmen and even sophomores who really hadn't seen the floor of the varsity level before. How have you seen this team grow as this season's went on?
Well, first of all, we haven't been able to get any real continuity out of things because we keep having injuries. We've been forced kind of to play 2 and 3 freshmen sometimes with a sophomore or 2 on the floor at the same time. We're pretty young. We had three seniors to start the season. Two are gone. One left the school. One is gone with a shoulder surgery, and one left. So yeah, we're kind of in the term last night was used was rebuilding here, but I don't like to think of it as rebuilding. We just have to keep building off of what we've got. Look to the future.
Talk about that one senior that's still out there, Anna Ewald. Always seems to go out and give 100%. I like the way she gets in and battles for rebounds a lot of times, even though she's a little undersized.
Yeah, she is a little undersized, but she generally has a pretty good knowledge of the game. She knows how to position herself. She does a very good job of rebounding in there. We'd like to see her become a little more of a scorer because she can shoot. She just isn't. She's one of those girls that does not like to shoot.
I noticed that with her tonight. She had some open shots, just seemed to want to work the ball around and try and find the open teammates.
I don't really have one girl that will exactly attack anything. I think they have a little problem with not wanting to be the one that misses the shot and lets everyone else do.
I saw some positives maybe tonight with Lauren Malberg at least being willing to penetrate against that zone defense. Maybe didn't always dribble herself into the best spot, but looks willing to at least start to learn to try and take that ball to the hole a little bit.
Yeah, Lauren's been a very good addition to this team this year. She worked herself into the lineup very early she's got really good vision, and she's not afraid to put the ball where it needs to be when it needs to be there. I think she's a player that's really going to develop and get a lot better as she keeps going.
Well, Coach, I tell you what, I appreciate you joining us here tonight. I know things will turn the corner before this season gets over.
I sure hope so. We're still going to work at it.
Thank you very much. Bruce, again, that final score in the girls' game earlier tonight, 53-19.